rocker Chris Jonah dreamed of getting off the road after the birth of his son Henry.
No more long drives across America.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
We'll take a break.
And as luck would have it, opportunity came knocking from a tiny island in the Irish Sea.
We chose Isle of Man specifically because that's where the job was. I was only vaguely aware of it before.
Like seaside resorts.
When foreigners come in to the Isle of Man, they don't really guess how small the island is.
Where's the freezer?
There's no freezer in this particular apartment.
This is really different. I haven't seen a sign for sushi. Very salty.
Watch as these wayward roadies adjust to island life.
It's really close to your work, but it's a little bit farther from town.
As House Hunters International settles down on the mystical Isle of Man.
This is really cool.
This is spectacular. That's cool.
For our play, Henry? My career in Vancouver is playing in a band. I've been touring around North America for about 15 years, and I've been trying to sort of phase out of it since getting married and since Henry was born.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a Henry size. Maybe you'll get some. Oh, a natural.
Yeah. I just got this total out-of-the-blue job offer to move to the Isle of Man, and it just seems like the timing's right. I'm going to be developing a sort of a loyalty program for an internet gaming site.
So how are you feeling about it? Like, no more bands?
Well,
No more long drives across America?
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. Henry's a big motivator in accepting a more traditional job. I just don't want to be away from him for extended periods of time. Nice job. You like that, buddy? You like it?
The Isle of Man is quite remote. We got rid of our car over a year ago, and I'm really worried we won't have the same walking lifestyle that we have here in Vancouver. I've never lived in a town of 20,000 people.
If 6 months from now we don't feel like get me out of here, then to me it's definitely been a success.
Road weary, the Jonits look forward to anchoring their family over 4,400 miles away on the quaint Isle of Man. Located in the middle of the northern Irish Sea, between Great Britain and Ireland, is the beautiful and mysterious Isle of Man. The island draws its name from the Celtic sea god, Manannan MacLear, who legend says shrouded the land in a cloak of mist to protect it. Today, locals safeguard these folklore tales of giants and fairies to ensure the island maintains its unique charm.
I think the real estate market in the Isle of Man does have its own bubble, I suppose, because it is slightly isolated to some extent. However, if things are priced correctly, and obviously if they're the right type of property, things do get sold and get rented.
Not quite ready to give up city living, Chris and Rachel focus their search in the capital city of Douglas.
I think it's important to approach each and every property with an open book. They maybe have to make some compromises, whether it's the view, whether it's the location. I think as long as they go with an open mind, we can find the right solution for them.
Well, we chose about a year ago to start living car-free, and if it's possible to keep doing that here, we'd really like to, so preferably walking distance to everything would be great for us.
I think Chris will want to be close to work, and I'll want to be close to whatever the town is. I think it'll be a challenge to find us something that suits both of us in that respect. We'd like a 2-bedroom apartment. We would like something that's fairly modern.
Furnished apartment, for sure. We actually sold most of our belongings, came over with very little.
Have you put a price on where you're willing to go?
Around $1,900 a month, dollars.
Pretty sure we can get our thinking cap on and find some options for you to consider.
Eager to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, real estate agent David Lewis takes them to the promenade near the center of Douglas. House 1 is close to town and Chris's new job.
It's our left-hand side here on the 4th floor, and as you can see, we've got absolutely stunning views of the water here.
This is really cool.
This is spectacular.
Pretty special.
Yeah.
Rental-wise, we're looking at £1,100 per pound a month, which is about...
It's probably $1,700.
Yeah, right in there.
Well, let's go and have a look.
Okay. Wow, that's quite the view. It's a beach. Wow. Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, that's really nice.
There's always traffic going backwards and forwards, whether it's from Douglas or up to Onken, but it's not usually too bad.
And the furniture looks really good too. This is definitely what we're looking for.
Let's go and have a look at the kitchen though.
Whoa, it's small. It's really small.
And the store makes it even kind of smaller.
Yeah.
The fridge is behind you.
Okay. And where's the freezer?
There's no freezer in this particular apartment.
That's quite unusual. I know we could buy a freezer, but I don't really want to have to go and buy something. So that was disappointing.
But let's go and have a look at the bedrooms.
Okay.
This It's nice and bright and light. And it's got furniture.
What do you think of the furniture?
I think the furniture's nice. It's modern, looks like it's all in pretty good shape. So, and this is a really good sized room.
If you're going to have a look at Henry's room, again, a good size, and it's got furnishing as well.
Henry and his brother.
Yeah. Do you know something I don't know?
Yeah, I like this room for him a lot.
Yeah.
I really like Henry's bedroom. I like the furniture in there, and the fact that it's the back and it's a bit quieter and separated from the front windows and stuff, I think is good.
And finally, we've got the bathroom.
Great. There's a tub.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's pretty good. And it's all in like nice shape. Like
It doesn't look old or...
no.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah.
Great.
Location's spectacular. It's kind of perfect for Chris walking to work and for me to be able to walk into town.
It's pretty much equidistant between town and Chris's workplace, which I know is really important for them. It's also pretty well furnished. The downside of that property may be the kitchen, though. It is slightly enclosed. However, the views and location are really a plus point. Okay, we're entering Falcon Cliff Place now.
David shifts gears with House 2 and hopes to score points with modern conveniences.
One of the really good features about this property is a fully fitted kitchen.
But the location could be too far off the beaten path.
It's a bit remote, though.
It's remote, but it's not a million miles away. Best thing is to go and have a look.
Okay.
All right. You're telling me it's called the Tower of Refuge?
That's the Tower of Refuge. It's just this little kind of castle in Douglas Bay. I have been told that when the tide is really low, you can actually walk out to it.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll definitely be doing that then.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
We're moving to the Isle of Man because Chris, my husband, got an amazing job opportunity there with an online gaming company.
Vancouver-based rocker Chris Jonah is finally ready to settle down.
So Henry's our son. He's 2.5. He definitely changes your priorities, and the idea of being out on the road 80% of the year just doesn't really seem acceptable anymore. Is it boat, Henry?
The boat?
We're used to city life, so this move to the Isle of Man is a bit scary because of the size of the town. It's 20,000 people.
But on the remote Isle of Man, there's one good habit they'll want to keep.
Well, we chose about a year ago to start living car-free, and if it's possible to keep doing that here, we'd really like to.
With House 1, real estate agent David Lewis keeps them car-free.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
This is like seaside, resort. It's kind of perfect for Chris walking to work and for me to be able to walk into town.
But it comes at a cost.
That's a busy street for traffic, though.
The reason why I chose this next property is because it was slightly different from the other apartments we're going to see, and particularly different to all the ones along the seafront or the promenades that we have here in Douglas.
A few miles inland, David is able to find them a place better suited to their 2-year-old son. House 2 is fully furnished, provides more space, and is within their price point.
Sometimes the client's needs can change through the viewing process. Okay, we're entering Falcon Cliff Place now, and the apartment that we're looking at, it's a 2-bed, 2-bath with an open plan living and dining area. One of the main features of this property is to the rear, where there's quite a tranquil forest type area.
This is pretty remote.
Yeah, there are alternatives to consider, but in the same sense, you're not a million miles away.
It does have that kind of unique aspect to it.
It does feel quite peaceful out here.
Yeah, the birds singing, and yeah, it's neat.
It's pretty much fully furnished.
This is quite like our furniture at home.
Yeah,
Actually.
I think I remember selling this furniture.
Can you go back
in
again?
Vancouver? Yeah, they're quite modern furnishings, which was nice to find. I don't think I was expecting them to actually be that nice.
I like it. It's just nice and open. That's kind of what we're looking
Yeah,
for.
we do like an open living area. Like that's similar to what we had at home. So can we go take a look at the kitchen?
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay, this is it. This fridge is quite good. This is like North American size. That's a plus. I would have loved to have seen an open plan kitchen kind of leading into the living dining room. So that concerns me a little bit because I like to be able to see my son if I'm in the kitchen cooking.
Okay, and then here we've got the main bathroom for the flat.
Pretty standard.
Yeah, this bath, shower, adjustable shower height. Work for us.
And I was worried coming over here what the options would be. But so far, it feels like a pretty good balance for us of it's different and it's unique.
Okay, let's show you the master bedroom next.
It's a decent sized bed. Not the king we had at home, but not bad.
So what we've got here is the second bedroom here for Henry, which is a pretty good size, really.
The bed here is pretty big. I think we have to get it moved out or something.
Even with a smaller bed, it's not going to be a playroom, I don't think.
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't really feel like there's enough room in here for it to... He'd need to be playing out in the living room or...
I think the view went quite well. However, I think there were some slight concerns about the size of it, but I think it's a contender. So what did you think about that one then?
I thought it was good. I think it has kind of everything we think we need, and the space is pretty good. What about you, Chris?
We can make that work if that was our only option. In terms of the commute to work, I think this might be just pushing it just a little bit as far as if we're trying to stay carless.
So the next property that we've got today to show you is a two-bed apartment.
Chris is still worried about his commute, so David finally delivers on the perfect location.
It's got absolutely stunning views to the front over the sea, and also proximity to your workplace, Chris, as it's only probably about a 2-minute walk.
Amazing.
Let's go and have a look at it.
The Jonets have left their big city of Vancouver behind for a curious, tucked-away island in the Irish Sea.
We're used to city life, so this move to the Isle of Man is a bit scary just because of the size of the town. It's 20,000 people.
But Rachel wasn't going anywhere without first doing her research.
There is a place up here that serves nice kippers. Have you heard of them?
Vaguely.
Vaguely. So I think they're like smoked little fish. It's a local delicacy.
I'll try it once.
I look around and I don't see all the coffee shops that I'm used to. I haven't seen a sign for sushi, so...
You just have to celebrate the differences, as it were, instead of fighting them. Here they are, Henry, your first kippers. Wow. Yeah, if you don't like fish, this is not for you.
Very salty.
Henry likes it.
We want to be within walking distance of both the town center and Chris's office.
So far, Agent David Lewis has been able to show them two sides of the island.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
It's quite a tranquil forest, which stands it out from the properties that we have along the seafront.
But he hasn't been able to deliver the right fit.
It's small. It's really small.
Even with a smaller bed, it's not going to be a playroom, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't really feel like there's enough room in here.
Having struck out in the town of Douglas, Agent David Lewis takes a calculated risk and moves the hunt to the picturesque village of Onken. Here he knows at least Chris will be happy with the commute.
So the next property that we've got today to show you is a two-bed apartment, again with 2 baths. Key features about this property which stands it out from others is it's got absolutely stunning views to the front over the sea, and also proximity to your workplace, Chris, as it's only probably about a 2-minute walk.
Great location for me.
And what's the price on this one?
Price for this one is £950 per calendar month, which would probably work about...
It's probably $1,500, so
That's fine.
that's really good.
Yep.
It's a good price.
All right, let's go and have a look at it.
For me, the location is obviously amazing. I could come home and have lunch with Henry and Rachel, and even though we're not looking at a big commute, no matter where we choose, it's still probably going to give me an extra half hour a day.
As you
Wow.
can see, it's pretty spectacular, and certainly a big feature about this property.
It's beautiful.
That's impressive. This furniture looks actually quite good.
The good thing about here in the view is that it continues into the kitchen, so let's go and have a look.
There it is. There's the view. Yeah.
Hasn't moved.
Hasn't moved. Yeah, it's beautiful. Lots of natural light. I liked the eat-in kitchen. I think it could be a better scenario with Henry so that he could kind of be around as I'm cooking or whatever, and I could keep an eye on him.
So in here we've got the master bedroom.
This is nice. It's pretty spacious.
Good.
Take a little peek
Got
in
storage
here.
space there.
That'll come in handy.
Yeah, it's not bad. Decent-sized shower.
Let's have a look at the rest of the flat.
Okay.
So here we've got the second bedroom, which will be for Henry.
This is quite big. It's a great sized room for him. The furniture felt maybe like a little bit too antique-y, maybe not as suitable for a young child. So what's your feel on this one?
I really like it. I mean, it's obviously a great location for me, and I think it's got everything we need space-wise. I'm not sure if it really fully feels like us, but maybe we get used to that.
The one thing I'm a little bit worried about, though, is it's really close to your work, but it's a little bit farther from town. It's about 30 minutes, and I do like walking, but I wonder what that would be like every day.
They're holding their cards pretty close to their chest, but a combination of the stunning view and the proximity to Chris's workplace should keep this as a contender.
So I guess we got to figure this out.
We gotta decide.
The Jonets have an opportunity to live in a magical place others only dream of. But first, they need to make a decision.
That's tough. Oh, no, yeah.
After touring for 15 years, life on the road was a bit too much for musician Chris Jonet. And he's decided to take a risk and plant new roots for his family on the remote and unlikely Isle of Man.
So you feeling ready to make a decision?
So like, I don't know, it's tough.
But for this couple, the ambitious transition to this small island has been a challenge. The Jonets want to avoid buying a car, House 1 offers the perfect location for their needs.
I thought almost everything about it was fantastic. Views, kind of an equal distance between your work and town.
But the kitchen is lacking some basic amenities.
I just don't know if you can live with that kitchen. That's pretty major.
I've never considered living without a freezer.
At $1,300 a month, House 2 is way under budget and offers the most space and a tranquil backyard.
That's a really cool spot.
And I really like the furniture. It was modern. It felt quite clean in there.
But the isolated location could mean they'll have to get a car.
This is pretty remote.
There are alternatives to consider, but in the same sense, you're not a million miles away.
Priced at $1,500 a month, Chris is happy with House 3's proximity to his new job.
Really close to your work.
Yeah, I mean, I love the location.
But Rachel isn't impressed.
It's going to be a half-hour walk for me into town. I think I'll get tired of that really quick.
I think if we're going to live here, we should have a sea view, one way or the other.
Yeah.
So we can at least eliminate one at least.
Yeah. So it's between those two.
Have you thought through how much it would rock for me to be that close to work?
But then I would be so far from town. It'd be a 30-minute walk, kind of up and down a big hill.
So you think it's worth it, live with that kitchen in exchange for everything else? About that place? That's how you're leaning?
I am. I'm ready to experiment with no freezer and see what the other side is like.
So if you're okay with the kitchen, I think we have a winner.
Yeah?
You feel good about it?
I do. Okay, so it's the Promenade apartment.
All right, let's go live there.
Yeah.
You in?
You in, Henry?
No, not so much.
Not so much. Yes. Yeah.
The Jonets decide on the furnished promenade property for $1,700 a month, coming in $200 under their budget. They have an incredible view as well as a dream location, equidistant to Chris's work and to town for Rachel and Henry.
The lifestyle in the Isle of Man is quite different from Vancouver. It's really slow living here. Maybe we'll go for a little walk down Strand Street. I've been surprised at how much I've enjoyed this change of pace. And there seems to be quite a few activities for children Henry's age, and it's going really well.
We're not really missing anything, or
No.
the kitchen is kind of as expected, but it's workable.
I've been surprised we didn't end up getting a tabletop freezer. The pros to that is that we just use up everything we have in the fridge, which I love.
The job's going great so far. It's very busy.
That's me.
That's you, man. You're on fire. In the short term, I think I was just really hoping that this move wouldn't be a giant mistake. And I think we feel pretty good that it wasn't. I mean, I was telling people, maybe see you in 2 weeks. We don't know. I mean, between the job and the new location.
I really want us to kind of establish a life here and not feel like we're transients. I can definitely see us living here for 5 years, maybe even more, who knows?
Let's go, buddy. We'll come back.